Susanna J. Dodgson, May 25, 2022. We're on day 5 of the goats at Sadler's Woods and walking through the path today. Look at all that water. The goats have been very well cared for by volunteers. Fundraiser. Yes, do donate. On day 5, a lot of the trees have less leaves than they had. Look at that tree over there. I'm not sure what it is, but it's lost its lower leaves. And you can smell that they're here. They have made themselves known. See, these all have leaves on them and they're gone. The lower stuff, they haven't really made a huge indent on them. Look at those. There they are over there. They're just hanging out. I'm going to go. This is where I was yesterday, where the goats were pretty much spread out here. Yeah. What a difference between this side with not a single goat and this side. You can see where the goats have been. They like standing on their hind legs to get the leaves. Yeah. It's interesting how much more has gone around the periphery. Oh yeah. Oh, they've been in there. Oh, they've cleaned out all the leaves there. Multiflora roses, they according to what I read, that's one thing they eat, but maybe these goats don't. This, I believe, is the multiflora rose. It's really pretty. It's all over my backyard too. I have to keep cutting it back. Not having any goats to eat. Yeah, there's a lot of it. It's through there too. And we have a plane overhead. We're right in the direction that I'm pointing the camera in is Philadelphia. And the airport is about 10 miles away, across the river. Yep, they need money. Do donate if you can. Okay, so where are they? Yeah, they just eat a little bit and move on. They don't complete the job. But they are here for another 5 days, so we'll see. Yeah.
Watch out.
They might not be hungry. Oh, they have a lot to do. They have a lot to do. And the honeysuckle, I heard that they like to eat honeysuckle too. Well, and there's holly. The honeysuckle looks decidedly uneaten. And it smells so beautiful. Okay, and the holly. I don't know if the holly is invasive, if they want it or not. It's a good solid tree though. Certainly not a native. Okay, here we are. Yeah, they've cleaned through the leaves here. Yesterday was 3 months since Russia became an invasive species in Europe. Well, they became an invasive species in 2014 in Crimea. Before that, 2008, I believe, in Georgia. So they've been an invasive species for a long time. How do we get goats to get rid of those invasive species? Oh, this is nice. There were a lot of people here yesterday, and they were all making an enormous amount of noise. And the goats were all hanging out here, and I guess it's not interesting for them at the moment. Okay, so I'm recording what the woods look like after. Look, this is a little pen. What the woods look like after 5 days. I'm not impressed. They're halfway through and they've got a lot to eat. I think on June 1st there'll be a lot of volunteers coming and helping get rid of the wood that is remaining. Look at all this. It must be delicious. Why aren't they eating this? Oh, there's something. There's a tree that was not to be eaten, and it doesn't look like it has been. That's good. Oh, just such a lovely evening. These long summer evenings. Really nice. We have 4 more weeks until the longest evening of all on Midsummer, June 21st. And then it's the slide back slowly into darkness. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, there's the multiflora over there, rose over there. Yeah, this is a mess. My. And here's the remnants of a tree that fell, perhaps in a storm, perhaps because of old age.
You like the freshman girl or not? I mean, you're a freshman girl, obviously, because they were pulled out. Yeah. Probably not.
Oh, yeah. There's the honeysuckle that's down the bottom's eaten. Huh. I found a report from Iowa. This a student, her thesis was trying to figure out what goats like to eat. And she decided they only like invasive species that come from somewhere else. Native invasive species, or native species, they weren't eating. And I thought that was very interesting. And that was very culturally appropriate of the goats who came from I don't know where. Where do they all come from? Spain? Don't know. But they've been certainly bred for centuries in Europe. Now, I never heard of anyone eating goat when I grew up in England and New Zealand and Australia, or even in America where I came at the age of 27. I only started hearing about people eating goat when I started mixing with African Caribbean communities. Goat. And I've been offered goat as a delicacy in South Africa, East Africa, West Africa, and in African communities here. That surprised me. So maybe goats are African. I don't know. I need to find that out. Oh, look at this beautiful evening. The sun's coming down. Look, it's nice. There's a bird hopping around. It's nice to see the birds and listen to them in the trees. Oh, he's off. love the way they hop. They hop and they fly. The volunteers are keeping the water buckets absolutely full for the goats. I imagine they're drinking a lot. Yeah. This really seems to me they could be eating a lot more than they are. How about that? So it's 5 acres and 40 goats. I would have thought they'd clear it in no time. I guess they don't eat as much as I thought. Yeah, this tree looks like, well, it's got dead parts on it. The tree itself isn't dead. It's quite green at the top. So let's go and see what... Oh, there are not 40 goats here. I'd say there's about 20, 15. It's interesting how they like sitting in the grass. I would not have expected that, but I suppose if you're a domesticated goat and you're used to grass, that's where you go. Oh, look at this. He's eating something. Good. Eat, eat, eat. Keep eating. They're so cute. How could anyone eat a goat? And over here, someone just lying there. Guess he's sleeping. Yeah, I'd say that's a sleeping goat. So they look so much like horses from the head and the neck. And then they have these short little bodies. Wow.
Yeah, I'm planning now for
Oh, they're fighting. Look at them. They're all on alert.
Very alert to predators, aren't they?
One squeak.
Interesting. Do you know anything about like how they got these goats or where it's
How
from?
about that?
They came from a farm there. It's actually like a two-person farm. Mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they have hundreds of goats?
I guess so. I think they kind of rent them out to people.
That's like their shtick.
I think they're all retired local mares.
Oh, they're all mares?
I think so.
Really? Even the ones with the horns? I don't know how it goes.
I know. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised they're all such different breeds.
Yeah.
As far as I know, all of them.
Interesting. That's super interesting. How do you know how many goats there are? I've counted 35 plus or minus 2.
Yeah, there's 40.
There's 40.
There were 20, and then on Monday they brought in 20.
What?
Bless you.
You know what? Were they just not eating top notch or something?
No, but the original plan was to bring in 40. But I don't know why. I guess
Let's see.
they shipped them off.
Oh boy, it's coughing.
They just seem to be hanging out in one area though.
Yeah, they always
Why do you think they hang out around there?
Okay. He's lying down. He's had enough. See, the most are still on alert. They're worried about something. It must be weird to be brought here by big trucks and hey, good. How are you?
Not here. Let's get out of here.
I like
Okay. Do not touch the goats. They're covered with poison ivy. Look at them all here. Oh my. They're all hanging out here. Oh, there we are. Pulling the last leaf off a branch. Hey, there's lots more food over there. How are you? You okay? How are you? You okay? Good. Okay. Well, they started off here they were all here on Sunday. So they've come back to chew on it some more. Well, that's good. Look at this guy. Having a nice chew, aren't she? So I just heard they're all girls. Well, that explains something, yeah. Well, girls, of course, because girls have milk. And if you're going to have a goat, you only want one male. And you want the milk. So that probably means that being a male goat gives you a very short half-life, like male chickens. Kids doing stupid things because it's so warm and so nice. Yep, you can really smell them here. Yep, little droppings. Yep, you can see it. That's good. Apparently this is part of the reason they're here, in order to make fertilizer. So you give them food and they turn it into fertilizer. That sounds like a good deal. Oh, it's peeing. Oh, they're all scratching themselves. How are you? Yeah, a lot of these goats look like they've just settled down for the night. Oh, here's the one. Here's the one that causes all the trouble. This one with the curly. Whoop. The curly horns. How are you? Oh yeah, oh look. She's just looking. Hey, you okay? You having a good time? You look awfully hot. You look like you belong somewhere north, very north. A lot further north than New Jersey. Look at these, they look like cows. Oh, this is delightful. I think I learned something. I learned a lot from having the goats here. One thing I've learned is they're clearly herd animals. These are not solitary animals at all. Look at them hanging onto each other. These two could well be sisters, I think. I would say they are. They do look identical. They're very cute. Oh my. That's right, just walk on your sister. Good idea. How are you? Hey, are you okay? Let's see what else they've done over here. Oh, I remember you. Hi, how are you? So are you? You're getting ready to go to sleep. That's fine. And so are you. This is the noisiest part of the whole woods. I guess you like traffic. I would say. I'd say this goat is used to being around traffic. That's interesting. And this one too. Huh. Let's walk up and see. See, there's one hiding there. See if any of them are hiding in places away. Yeah, there's a lot of multiflora roses that they haven't eaten. Mustard garlic is still here, some of it. There's not as much as there was, but there's still plenty left. You know, we've been so lucky because the weather's been gorgeous every day they've been here. And there's constant visitors. So people who would never have paid any attention to Sadler's Woods now are doing that. That's a wonderful thing because this is a fabulous community resource. I mean, how many old growth forests do we have around Philadelphia? It may well be the only one. Maybe there's more towards Germantown and beyond, Chestnut Hill. There's plenty of woods there. Though, of course, the geography is very different in Pennsylvania than here. New Jersey is basically all a sandbank. And Pennsylvania's, it's like mountains and volcanic earth and all sorts of things. Okay. Yep. lots of bare branches. Well, I didn't see anything like 40 today. So I suppose some of them are hiding out in the woods, in the deep woods. With no interest in talking to anyone. This is where I started the video yesterday, in this corner here. Well, maybe not. I took some photographs here. So we'll see. I'm not sure they've come here at all. Yeah, you see all that ivy. They've got 5 days to eat through all of this ivy. Can they do it? Can they do it? You know, the Friends of the Woods, they come. Sadler's Woods Conservation Association. They come for work days in the spring and the fall. And a lot of it involves pulling out ivy, but it's clearly not working. So the goats were supposed to eat all this. So how do we get them eating this ivy in the next 5 days? But they've certainly eaten plenty of leaves. They have been eating here because I see a lot of bare wood that wasn't bare before. Okay. There's a mulberry tree along here, which I guess in the next few weeks will be bearing fruit, which is really nice. I do love to pick wild mulberries. Nope, not a goat. I wonder if there's some barrier that they don't like to walk over. Or there's some reason they don't like to come this far. Could it be the angle of the sun? Because this is where, when I go shopping in Target over there, this is where I walk back through the forest, through this path here, which is now closed off. And I once made a video where I walked through this all the way up to here. Okay, you've seen enough goats and enough forest and enough of a gorgeous, gorgeous May evening. It's pretty close to 8 o'clock in the evening. Susanna J. Dodgson, peacescientist.org. Thank you for watching this, and may your life be blessed, and please keep holding Ukraine in the light.